Good day, and welcome to My Bad Poetry. Sorry, I gotta snot. What? Ready?
No, but you can go.
Okay. Good day,
But
and
you'll take away the biggest part of me.
No, shh. I'll meet you in post. Rhyme or free, it doesn't matter to me. It's my bad poetry. Good day, and welcome to My Bad Poetry, a podcast where we take a deep dive into our poems from youth, yesteryear, or even yesterday, always asking the question, why in the world did I write this? I'm Aaron.
And I'm Dave.
And together this week, without our scheduled guest, we are diving back into my old poems.
Okay. I've been working with both of my children on taking deep breaths in moments of stress. But I feel like if I took a breath deep enough to calm myself here, my chest would explode.
Oh yeah, so happy birthday to Terry Lynn Davis. Her present was to not be on our show for today.
Congratulations. You're welcome. I'm sorry. Everything in between.
Happy your friend decided to give you an out on your actual birthday.
Nice.
But we'll talk soon. So, that leaves us. Dave, before we kind of draw straws here to figure out what we're going to be looking at, how about you bring us into the realm of bad poetry, and then I'll give you what I've got.
Okay. I will bring you into the realm of bad poetry with a poem called Biscuit Books. Are you familiar with biscuit?
Biscuit's a term for cookie in the UK.
Yeah. Okay, Biscuit Books.
Okay.
She places the book down on my lap. The 1000th time I've read this sap. It's short and repeats itself, and I know it all myself. I'll read it while taking my nap.
Okay. So I'm familiar with this experience. I am not familiar with this book.
So, a few weeks ago, my wife was at the thrift store and found a dog called Biscuit. Like a little stuffed animal.
Okay.
And Biscuit books are, they're books about this dog that uses very simple sentence structure. They're like early reading books.
Okay.
So it's like, Biscuit wants a hug. Woof, woof. Biscuit wants a drink. Woof, woof. And I always read 2 books to my daughter before she goes down for nap, before she goes down for bed, and then we often read books throughout the day. And I swear to you, in 3 weeks, I have not read a book to her that wasn't a Biscuit book, and we only have 3 of them.
Oh, gosh.
It's bad.
Yeah. That was like a high bears, buy bears for us for a while.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You get those books where, you really can recite them in your sleep.
Right.
It's kind of terrifying how, like, you zone out, and then you're like, oh, how many times have I read this?
Right. Oh, I forgot to turn the page. I just kept going, though.
Or you get to the point where they will correct you if you get a word wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
It also... Give me a pigeon noise, Aaron. Give me a coo of a pigeon.
No? I don't know what I was doing there. You put me on the spot.
I said pigeon, not emasculated squirrel.
No, it's like...
Dear listeners, Aaron has birds in his house.
What? No, it's just my hands.
No, it's just a...
Okay, that's what I was doing.
No, you did...
Okay, I'm going to listen back, and you're probably right. But in my headspace, it sounded like whatever that was.
Dear listeners, on a scale of 1 to 10, who won? And why was it me? The why it was me is also on a scale of 1 to 10.
Of 1 to 10? Okay, so...
Yeah, you guys figure out how that works, because I got no idea.
Okay, so aside from pigeon noise, what does this have to do with Biscuit books?
I have been getting better at my pigeon noise, because in one of the books, I have to coo like a pigeon, I think, 15 times.
Wow.
So...
Well, there
I'm
you
working
go.
on it.
Yeah.
It's the important stuff in life.
I just gave you some good tips there.
Yeah, on how to not sound like Gollum with a throat infection.
That's fair.
You're welcome.
Okay, well, Dave. So one of the more recent times I was back at home,
Yeah.
my mom presented me with a huge box of my old crap
Oh, good.
from I think kindergarten through high school. It was an impressive array of things. Much of it was either pitched or recycled. But as I was looking, I did indeed find more poems. These would have been written for school projects,
Oh, yikes.
for like free writing, and it's loose leaf paper. I can give us a guess at when these were written. I'm thinking about third to fifth grade.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, this is pre-Wolf Journal.
Am I ready to make fun of a preteen Aaron? Yes, is the answer to that question.
But to keep in line with the Wolf Journal, I did want to point out that I wrote a story back in the day, and I made this little stapled book called How the Wolf Got Its Howl. This would have been pre fourth grade, because in the fourth grade I then typed it up. I remember this project. We went over to the high school and used their computer lounge to write it about Aaron Holmgren. Aaron Holmgren is born in Cincinnati and moved to Sydney when he was 5 years old. He plays piano and soccer.
I had no idea you lived in Australia.
Yeah, he likes it. He likes computers too. He made some other books at home. He lives with his mom, dad, and his bratty sisters, Mary and Sonia. So that was my about the author. Fourth grade me. Wolf on the cover here. How the Wolf Got Its Howl. Then in the eighth grade.
Wait. I want to make sure that we stated that the first one was literally a cutout.
Of a wolf sitting, probably based on a wolf stuffed animal I had that was always in the sitting position. Yeah, it howled if you squeezed it.
Oh gosh.
So wrote this at home, used it for a project at school in the fourth grade. Then in the eighth grade, we had a student project, joint project, writing with a partner, a short story. How the Wolf Got Its Howl made a comeback, and so it is again in print. Got a 92 out of 100 on that one. So
that's sad.
That is sad. You'd think if it was worked for over, I don't know, how many years are between fourth grade and eighth grade? It clearly was not workshopped between those 2 points.
Of course not. Why would you do that?
So those aren't poems, but I did want to bring that up, that the wolf has always been in my heart and in writing.
I know for a fact that I recently listened to a podcast with my son. I'm not sure what podcast it was on, but it was How the Wolf Got Her Howl.
Oh! Okay. Was it because his tail got run over by a train? Because that's my story.
No.
Okay.
No, it was not.
He's screaming ow.
Ow!
But that is not what we will be reading today.
Sad day. Okay.
Yeah.
So you said you have multiple poems for us.
I have multiple poems for us. We could go with what is the first... Okay, so you know how we had the Silence Saga in the Wolf Journal?
Yeah.
I have one from A Steal a Line. I remember this from fifth grade. The poem was to steal a line, so you had to incorporate a line. It's called Silence. So I have Silence and Pain. It got a red check mark, which means it was assigned. It was done. So Silence and Pain. This one, it was a choice writing assignment. Don't know when this was. I can assume maybe fourth grade based on the topic. I was kind of obsessed with the bubonic plague for a while. This one got a star and a wow. It's called The Plague. So that's an option. This one has 2 drafts of the same poem, and it's not called anything. I would probably call it Deerfly.
To be clear, that one, is that the last time you edited a poem?
Kind of looks like it, but some of these things are horrendously written. I mean, said is SEID. So there's that.
Oh, gosh. Yeah.
And then there's these 4 poems that start with My Mind is Blank. And then now I can say these poems are done is at the end. So we'll call this a quartet of poems here. So what do you want to do, Dave?
The correct answer is end the podcast here and call my therapist, but apparently that's not one of our options. I think it is worth our time to really get into the mind of a young Aaron, and the only way we can do that is seeing the Quartet.
The Quartet.
Aaron,
Yeah.
do you still see a therapist? Have you ever considered bringing some of your poetry to your therapist?
I don't know. It would take up a lot of time in those sessions. Okay, so speaking of digging into the mind, the first one here is My Mind is Blank. So yeah, we'll just read these 4 quartets. Again, these are loose leaf papers that my mom kept in a box of my old school assignments. I can't really date it other than I know for sure that Silence and Pain was written in the 5th grade because I have a distinct memory of reading that in front of the class. And then I wish I could do a handwriting analysis, but honestly, there is no change.
My handwriting hasn't improved since 1st grade, so it doesn't really help.
Yeah. So I would guess, again, I'm putting these within the range, if we're going to do an Antique Roads show type thing, of 3rd grade to 5th grade Aaron.
Okay.
And then that would make this 1998 to 2000 to 2000. Yeah.
Okay.
About that time.
Before we start,
Yeah.
I would like to put out a hope of mine into the universe.
Okay.
I would love for these to be like actually good poems.
Just like
so
the
that we
downhill.
would, yeah, like at 12 years old, you understood something about life, and then it just fell off the face of the earth.
Yeah, then puberty hit and everything was wrecked. It's like, I was a savant and then it's just gone. Well, you be the judge of that. Here we go.
Okay.
My mind is blank. What can I do? It seems like I'm stuck in glue. I can't move. I can't think. Come to think of it, I can't even wink. Wait, I have a thought. Maybe I should go sleep in my cot.
So the universe has once again let me down.
Yeah. I don't know how you had such high hopes there, Dave. Apparently when I was had writer's block, I thought I'd write some pithy little rhyming thing.
Yeah.
The rhythm is all messed up. It's not a
Right.
limerick.
It started off with like a decent kind of a meter,
Yeah.
and then it instantly died.
Yeah.
If we're talking 3rd grade to 5th grade, yeah, that's a thing. You found some rhymes.
Yeah. Thought is spelled THOUT.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah. Maybe is MABEY. That's some slight dyslexia there.
I would make fun of you, but yesterday, my wife and I were doing the strands, and one of the words was thoroughfare,
Oh gosh.
and I took about 8 guesses at how to spell thoroughfare, and then gave up and only got it when I had crossed off every other letter.
Nice.
So I would make fun of you, but I am no better at spelling.
How do you spell cot? Like a sleeping cot.
C-O-T.
Okay, that is right.
Yeah.
It just looks wrong to me.
I wish you had put C-A-U-G-H-T.
Yeah, that would make this amazing. Okay, so that's the first one of this quartet.
Now that we've cleared our minds, let's move on to the next one.
Yes, my mind I've had a thought, and it was to take a nap. Now we have this one. As my dog dies over
what's
here.
wrong,
What is she
puppy?
doing?
It's okay, puppy.
She's just laying in her cot.
Well, maybe she's heard your poem about your thoughts. Or lack thereof.
So this one, a second one in our quartet here. No titles on any of these, but
Of course not.
I love when I feel a summer breeze. Although I think it makes me sneeze. Achoo!
That's it?
That's it. Here, and
That's
look
it.
And achoo is spelled UCHOO. Oh.
That makes more sense than some of the
H-U?
spellings I've seen.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, wait.
Oh.
Although.
Although, oh yeah, yeah, that's pretty sad. All thou.
Although.
All thou. Okay. This is short and to the point.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
It reminds me of there was a Vine star, like the 7-second video clip
Yeah, yeah.
who wrote a book of poetry. And some of them were clearly just like, I need another page. So these words rhyme.
Are you calling this poem filler? In a quartet,
No,
this is a filler poem?
I'm not saying this is filler. I'm saying this was like a 25, 28-year-old woman at the time. And I would say this poem could have gone in her book.
Hey, I'm gonna
That is
take...
both an insult to both of you.
Yes, that's fair. Okay. Well, here's another...
Chew.
Chew. So this is making me think that this is closer to third grade because I had a very close friend move away in the third grade. And so I'm going to maybe put this at a little earlier than some of these other ones. But this quartet, that is. This
Okay.
says, "Bye is the word I hate to hear. I wish my friends could stay all year. And when I hear the word bye, it makes me want to cry."
I don't dislike that for like a third or fifth grader because it's just, I mean, it says nothing, but I'm sure to an elementary school age kid it would be like, yeah, bro totally gets me, you know.
I'm realizing that if I had just not given you the age at which I wrote any of my poems, I might have gotten a far more sympathetic response because you would have assumed that I was a child.
That's fair.
I like how I'm sticking with the really nice AABB rhyme scheme in all of these quartets.
Yep.
Yeah. Here's the last one. "See you later. Now I'm done. This writing was very fun. Now I can say these poems are done."
Did you just rhyme done and done?
It was done, fun, done. So I'm rhyming done with fun and then rhyming fun with done.
Yep.
I see no issue with that.
I see every issue with that.
I also spelled poems POAMS. Poems.
Poem. That makes sense. I think you were pretentious enough that you could pull that off. Like a Matt Berry pronunciation. You truly are the most devious bastard in New York City.
I don't know this reference. Yeah, sorry.
What We Do in the Shadows.
I at least saw the movie. I haven't seen the show.
I've only seen a bit of the show. But yeah, I feel like you would be pretentious enough to say poems.
Poems.
I'm a poet.
These are my poems.
You sound like Bob Dylan.
Yeah, I feel like this one, I completely just like gave up.
Yeah.
Like I was done writing. I wrote them. I'm done.
No.
Yeah. So I must have assumed that the bye poem was kind of the pinnacle. Like my mind had to warm up.
Yep.
With the mind is blank. Then I
had
had to
sneeze out the bad ideas.
Sneeze out the bad ideas. Kind of get some like that Wunderlust of the summer breeze and embracing nature.
That Zugzwang.
And then that's not a word, is it? That's not a word.
It is.
It is?
Zugzwang?
Yeah, what does it mean?
It is in chess when you when it is your disadvantage that you have to move. You can't just pass your turn.
Right.
But no matter what you do, it weakens your position. It's your Zugzwang.
Fascinating. Were you in chess club, Dave?
Did I start a chess club?
I love this. You just showed your cards there, man.
I've been showing my cards this whole time. I will constantly make fun of you for being a nerd, but I did start a chess club, and I started a physics club with some of my friends, and an a cappella group.
Yeah, I knew about the a cappella group. This is This is amazing.
It's going well.
Yeah. Wait, is it? Are you still in an
Oh,
acapella?
no,
None
of
of these
course
clubs.
not.
You haven't kept them going somewhere.
No.
Okay. Okay. Well,
Jerk. Destroying my dreams.
but yeah, and then we see the evolution from the nature poem, that kind of transcendentalism, like a Frost or an Emerson, and then we get to
Yeah, I was thinking Leaves of Grass, really.
yeah, and then we get to the heart of the matter, the saying goodbye, and what it means to lose someone.
Right, dealing with the pain of loss.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then having reached that again pinnacle, we then descend the mountain with this done fun done rhyme, which is intentionally bad, as to not leave the reader wanting more and not having. It's like a built-in disappointment for an
Yeah.
easy letdown.
Do you know the comedian James Acaster?
No.
He's a British comedian, very funny, but he has a bit in his routine about how you need good icebreakers to start good conversations. But you don't want anybody benefiting from the ice that you broke. So remember, at the end of a conversation at a party, to unbreak the ice. So, you have a good conversation, and you just end with, remember, one day you'll die, and then walk away.
Yeah, exactly. I'm following.
It feels like an icebreaker. Yeah.
I have closed the book on these poems. So that was this thing I did. Yeah. I hate to say goodbye, Dave. It's a word I hate to hear.
But it's been fun.
If we kept going, it'd be a year. We've now read a quartet from what I can only assume is the third grade. If it's any older, I would be more sad. Good or garbage?
So I'm thinking about this in terms of a quartet. Typically, a quartet is 4 musicians, and it could be, like barbershop quartet, 4 people singing. Could be a string quartet of musical instruments. But I feel like this is a quartet of like an empty box, like a Kleenex box. I literally ran out of steam halfway through this concept.
Cardboard box with like rubber bands and like a tube, like a cardboard tube, like a toilet paper. Yeah. And then maybe someone actually has like a recorder. It's the third grade. I could see a recorder in there.
I still have my recorder here at home and at church.
Ours is very hidden, so because if our daughter finds it, it is haunting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My recorder that I have at church is my wooden one. Like, it's an actual professional grade recorder. Which, did you know that recorders can sound like instruments?
Yeah, they can be very pretty.
Because someone may have played recorder in a recorder group in college.
Oh my gosh. Again, how is it that I have the bad poems, Dave? How in this friendship?
Because I have always had outlets for my stupidity, and they don't leave a record, Aaron. I'm not writing down notes for my recorder group. I'm not writing down notes for my chess club.
So you said I needed more clubs and not time alone in my room. That's fair.
That's terrifying. I think the final instrument for this would be a kid with sticks hitting a tree.
Oh, yeah. Okay. That makes sense.
You need some percussion.
Yeah. Well, I'll take it. I mean, it made noise.
Yeah.
It's not pretty.
And at third grade, what more can you expect?
We're going to end this week with the words of a true poet. This week coming to us from Shel Silverstein. This is a poem called Homework Machine. The homework machine, oh, the homework machine, most perfect contraption that has ever been seen. Just put in your homework, then drop in a dime, snap on the switch, and in 10 seconds' time, your homework comes out quick and clean as can be. Here it is, 9 plus 4, and the answer is 3. 3? Oh, me. I guess it's not as perfect as I thought it would be.
I love it. There's something so beautiful about Shel Silverstein.
I mean, just people who can write fun, imaginative children's poems that don't come off like a biscuit book. That's a talent.
That's not to say that biscuit books are terrible.
Sure.
I'm just a.
This has been My Bad Poetry.
Now go write some of your own bad poetry and let your dog out.
Yeah. I'm so gonna bleep you saying prick so that it sounds like you're calling yourself something far worse.
I like it.
I'm just a
Just cut in some other words in the middle of it, so I'm just a with the and the
rhyme free doesn't matter.